Let's go magic. Coming, Grandpa. I think there's actually some weapons here we want. Don't want the prism staff. And the silver bread is a complete waste of money. Or beret, I should say. Don't remember if... No, silver armlets aren't worth it. And I already have 3 now. Where'd I get the 3 silver armlets? Actually not sure. Probably just get the butterfly edge. Oops. Dying drop 2? Wonder where I got the 3rd. That's probably the first, like, really nice boss drop. Like, double boss drop. So those 2 silver armlets. So here's the big thing. We need to buy a ton of these. And they're 8,000 a piece. Oh, yeah, I got the other one from Kate Sith. So, right now I have 2. I'm gonna want at least 3 so I can have all 3 characters leveling them up. But honestly, I think I'm gonna need more than that. I think I'm gonna need like 2 a piece. Hey, we can still name Vincent UFO Tofu. I know it's not a palindrome, but I really want to name Vincent Dr. Acula. But, it's not a palindrome. Not Dr. Acura. I mean, I know Cloud is race car, but we don't need 2 cars in the party. I should have named them all cars. Next time we do like a fast challenge, like a ×3 challenge or something, we come up with another challenge for the ×3 thing. I'm gonna name them all different cars. Cloud can be Dodge. Tifa can be Chrysler. Parrot can be Bentley. Sid can be Ford. Let's go Demon Cart. Kate Sith should be Volkswagen. Das Auto. I was AFK and thought we were talking about Spyro characters. We are. Das Auto has always been my favorite Spyro character. Dr. Alucard isn't a palindrome. It's actually kind of close, though. Closer than you'd think. It's only one letter off. That would be perfect if that was a palindrome. It feels really weird watching some of these cutscenes after spending all night staring at them. But now I'm actually like playing them. How's it going, Michael? Think this will be in Rebirth? Yeah. Yeah, Rebirth will at least go to Temple. At the very least. At the very least, Temple. At the very furthest, North Crater. But my guess is City. My guess is City. I would be shocked if it was before Temple or after Crater. Which means, at the very least, we're gonna get Prison and Canyon, which is pretty hype. I thought there was an item here. I know there's an item once this goes away, but I thought there was another one. Guess I'm crazy. There is an item in here, though. Never mind. I thought... Huh. Are they called the Berenstain Bears? I don't hate the episode format. The episode format is a necessary evil. You can complain all you want about it being an episode format and having to buy 3 games and whatever, but at the end of the day, there's literally no way it could have been 1 episode. And once you realize that fact, you realize that there's no reason to complain about being episodes. Like, it's just no reason to... There's just no reason to complain about it. Because there is literally no way it could have ever been 1 episode. There's no reality where it could have been 1 episode. So... Well, let me say that a different way. There's no reality where it could have been 1 episode and not been the worst game ever. I actually want to go rest. Dude, I was thrown for such a loop when they called Crisis Core Reunion. I was like, wait, that's not the 3rd game? Now I'm all confused. I honestly think they don't know what it's going to be either. I honestly think that. Like, they probably have some ideas, but I don't think they've actually chosen a name yet. I mean, there's no reason to choose one yet. Right? Might as well wait. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. There's always the chance that they actually make the ending of the first game make sense in the second one, or at least enough sense to where we're like, oh, okay, I see where they were going with that. But if they don't, then I think it's going to be 3 incredible games where the ending of the first one was kind of bad. I think it's a bit silly to like that some people are like, well, the ending of the first game was a little weird, so the whole series sucks, and I'm selling all my Square Enix things, and I'm never gonna buy another Square Enix game again, and I'm gonna send death threats to Tetsuya Nomura. Like, yeah, one's ending was kind of bad. It had some problems. It was still an incredible game. And there's 2 more games that'll probably also be incredible. It's not worth getting so upset over. But people will be people. Getting my Square Enix tattoo removed. I mean, I was the same way. Like, you know, there's definitely a part of me that was like, how could they ruin the ending? But when you go back and you play through again, you realize that it's 30 hours of an incredible game, incredible love letter to all of the fans, and it just kind of has a weird / bad ending. Many games have bad endings. I think the ending is definitely the worst part of the game. Does it ruin the game? Not really. Not for me. I mean, that's fair though. If the ending ruins it for you, that's fair. I know a lot of people that like hate the whole Mass Effect series because of the ending of 3, and it's like, that seems like a bit of an exaggeration, but that's fair. I mean, all the games build up to that, and then for the ending to ruin it does kind of suck. But I don't know. Seems a bit extreme. Bum, 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 bum. To be fair, though, to play devil's advocate, the reason that a lot of people hated the ending was because of the specters that were throughout the entire game. So it's not like they only affected the ending. They were not as crazy throughout the rest of the game, but they were there. So, like, if that really bothers you, then it probably bothered you the whole time. And if it bothered you the whole time, then it might have really affected your experience. So, that's fair. And I still definitely think they're, like, the worst part. But who knows? Maybe they make it all make sense in part 2. Just have to wait and see. Yeah, that's true. With Mass Effect, it's like I said, it all leads up to the ending because you make decisions that, like, affects the ending. So to make all those decisions throughout the whole series and then have the third one, like, drop the ball does kind of suck. That's fair. Somebody commented, and I don't want to go too far into the remake because not everyone's beaten it, and we've talked about it plenty while playing it, but somebody commented and said that part of their big problem was that they used Sephiroth too much. Like in the original, they just kind of sprinkle him in, so he's kind of foreboding. He follows you through the whole story, which is important, but they sprinkle him, so he's always kind of mysterious. Whereas in the remake, they used, you know, it was like constant Sephiroth, which I both agree and disagree with, because the way they worded it, they were like, oh, Sephiroth appears every 5 seconds. And he really doesn't. I think he has like 5 appearances. There's the appearance at the start. There's like 2 very quick, like, Cloud's like, oh, my head, and then he sees Sephiroth for like a second. There's 2 of those. Maybe 3. And then the ending. And that's pretty much it. There's like the ending, I'm including like all of Reno and stuff, so like, or Rufus. So if you count that as 2, like Rufus and then the ending, so that'd be 2. And then the 3 times that he sees him in his head and then the beginning. So like maybe 6. So like that's definitely more than the original game, obviously. You don't even see Sephiroth actually see him until the boat. But that's not like an insane amount to see the main villain of the game 6 times, you know? Like if we're counting Remake Part 1 as a full game, which it is a full game, to see the antagonist 6 times, that's not like an insane amount. So I feel like, ooh, I got a save point here too. Let's thank him by subscribing to his YouTube channel. Let's freaking do it. Everyone sub TheStrahl. So like hashtag ad. I think that the problem is that we're comparing it to the original. So like if you compare it to the original, seeing Sephiroth 6 times before leaving Midgar is a lot. But if you think about it in terms of a regular full game, seeing the antagonist 6 times before the ending of the game isn't a lot. You know what I mean? So it's like, it depends on how you look at it. So, But for me, it wasn't insane. I don't think they, like, really... And I think what helps me with the remake is that they did such a good job with Shinra. It wasn't just that, like, they shoved Sephiroth down our throat and, like, who cares about Shinra? But they expanded everyone. All the characters of Shinra we got more face time with. We got to see them being evil more. We got to learn more about them. Scarlet is literally 20 times the character she is in the original. Bugenhagen. I just lost his name. Heidegger is like 10 times more character than in the original. Palmer we don't get to see a ton, but we get to see a little bit. So, and then like Rufus we don't get to see a lot yet, but I think that's because they're planning a lot with him. But the president we see way more. You don't get to see the president at all in the original. You get to see him way more. So like they expanded on all the villains. So if we got to see them all of that time and we only got to see Sephiroth once, but then we fight Sephiroth at the end, it'd be kind of like weird. So I feel like it's a good balance. For how much we get to see Shinra, I think the amount we get to see Sephiroth is a good balance, honestly. But I can totally understand the argument of, well, in the original, Sephiroth is super mysterious all the way until you get to like North Crater. Whereas in here, they've like spammed him so like they've already used Sephiroth so much in the first game that it's going to be hard to stick with him in the second game. And like that I agree with. But yeah, for how much they expanded on Shinra, I think we kind of had to see more Sephiroth, to be honest. So, I mean, you can look at it both ways. Hey! Now I'm the Pincer! How do you like me now? How's it going, Jay Alex? Good to see you, man. Hope you've been well. Oh, and Hojo. We don't get to see any Hojo in the original at the start. We only get the scene with Sample. And then the meeting. But they did such a good job on Hojo in the remake. Not just to see him more, but like he's so much creepier. There's so much going on with him. Alright, so Pincer? You betcha. This is pretty scary because of how much damage they do, but luckily we have Frog Song. So... I'd like an order of pepperoni on that cheese pizza. Yeah, I really want to see Scarlet become like a really huge character. They did such a good job with her, not only in the original, but then even expanded on her more in the DLC. So they're really planning a lot with Scarlet. And like I was saying earlier, a lot of you guys might not have been here earlier, but we were talking about the scene with Dyne and Barrett where Scarlet shoots their hands. I really want to see more with Scarlet and Barrett. Because in the original, there's never an interaction between Scarlet and Barrett. But they do set up the fact that Scarlet was the one that gave Barrett his gun hand. So they could play that up more in the remake and have like a whole scene with Barrett. And you're the one that shot my arm, and you're the one that basically eventually killed Dyne. And so like she's gonna have a price to pay with Barrett. But in the original, you just fight the Proud Clod and then they're just gone. So it will be cool if they add something with Barrett and Scarlet. And they're setting up Scarlet so much that I feel like they're going to. Seems like they're even setting up Scarlet and Yuffie to have like some kind of rivalry or something. So there's a lot to look forward to. I want to see more different characters interact. That's what I want to see. What's it? Oh, right. Duh. I want to see interactions with, like, Yuffie and Scarlet, and Barret and Scarlet, and more stuff with, like, Sid and Palmer. And more stuff with Rufus, because we don't really get to see Rufus do much at all. And I think Rufus is a way cooler character now. They did a lot with Rufus. Rufus isn't just some guy with a gun. He has, like, this whole thing with the coins, and seems like Dark Nation, maybe he'll have, like, more pets. I want to see Rufus get more pets. How cool would that be? Instead of just Dark Nation, we get to fight him again, but he has, like, Dino Tank. Dino Tank. Dino Tank is Rufus's second pet. Let's go. That'd be incredible. He just comes walking in and he's like, "Oh, you think I came alone?" And then Dino Tank just busts in. Yes, we found it. We found a way to get Dino Tank in the game as a boss. Oh, dude, I still love that. I still love the Tomberry fight where the what are they? They're like Shinra guys, aren't they? Or not even Shinra guys. They're the thieves, or the thugs. The Corneo thugs, that's what they were, yeah. They have the Tomberry and they're like, go get it. Like, they can't really control them, they just have them and they're just like, get them, dude. That scene was great. You think Koch and Scotch will come back? I don't think I'm gonna go grab the X potion. He just quietly waddles forward. Yeah, that part was great. And, yeah, don't forget, Corneo might have a bigger role. Because they kind of set up Corneo a bit more and also connected him to Leslie. And so I think Corneo's going to come back before Wutai. I think there's going to be more with Corneo than just Wutai. So that will be cool to see. Or they'll just wait all the way until Wutai. And then suddenly Corneo and Leslie will be like back. And they'll have a whole thing. Actually, you know, now that I think about it... No. Poison doesn't do more damage. I never actually thought about this until now. But do you think that Wutai might be in part 2? They could technically put Wutai in part 2 or 3. It's up to them which one they put it in. And given that they've set up Wutai way more in this game, like, Wutai has to be required now. There's no way it's optional. With how much they've, like, talked about it and set it up. With, like, all of the Wutai stuff in Midgar. And Yuffie obviously not being optional anymore. Like, Wutai is definitely going to be an actual part of the game. And they did a lot of Wutai stuff in part 1, so I'm wondering if they don't want to have to... They don't want us to experience all the Wutai stuff in part 1 and then have a whole nother part where there's no Wutai and then part 3 bring Wutai back. They probably want to, like, continue that story with, you know, the Wutai War and how it's way more potent in the remake. And people care about it a lot more and talk about it a lot more. And then obviously Yuffie being in the party. So maybe they do Wutai in part 2. These things have so much health. Even though they're frogs. I think it's gonna depend on where they want to stop stuff. If they wanted to stop... If they wanted to finish part 2 in Temple, then they'll probably have Wutai to, like, add to that section. If they want to try to drag it all the way to North Crater, then they'll probably have it in part 2, or part 3. And if they end in City, then I don't know. The Pagoda is going to be some, like, giant Diablo-style dungeon crawler section. I'm game. Legends of the Hidden Pagoda. I'm just gonna use an ether, I got plenty. I just realized how nice it is that he put a save point down here. I was thinking like, oh, it's for the spiders. But having a save point here is so nice for the dude, because you have to watch all those cutscenes again. Well, not all of them, but you have to come all the way back down and do the whole dungeon again if you die to the boss. And this boss is probably going to be very difficult. So I'm really glad he put a save point here. Also, it's nice just to be able to use a tent before this boss, because normally you're kind of low on stuff. Dude, I hope, like, all of Wutai is, like, a meme. There's so much funny stuff in Wutai that they could expand on. There's, like, the cat house. There's Yuffie running around having to find her. There's the whole Corneo thing. I really hope they bring back the scene where the Turk soldiers appear. And they, like, jump after Corneo, and he jumps out of the way, and then we have to fight him instead. I hope they do that the same way. Like, just the most goofiest. He just jumps out of the way, and then they're like, well, guess we gotta fight you now. Them's the rules. That part always cracks me up. It's, like, such a meta joke. They don't really do, like, meta jokes much in these old games. But that part's, like, such a meta joke, where they run into us, and they're like, well... have to fight you now. We ran into you. These are the RPG rules. Hey, got Blade Beam. Blade Beam's kind of nice for this fight if you want to try to get rid of the fires, but I usually don't because it's a waste of time. the boss. I don't plan on using the Power Soul, but if I have to, maybe I will. But I don't plan on it. I'm gonna do what I usually do and try to use, like, different characters, just because. But I'm kind of forced on using Aerith because I'm gonna need her for Temple. Okay, so let's see. Do we want Sadness or Fury? Or nothing? I think I'll just go into the fight once and see how it goes. But I do want... You have the fire ring, right? I do want... So, Red 13 has 1/4 protection, Aerith has Absorb, or Nullify, Cloud has nothing, but I can give him Talisman. So, that will help us negate most of the fire damage. Just gotta worry about his physical attacks critting. No, I'm not cheesing this boss. I never cheese this boss. I don't think I've ever once cheesed this boss in any challenge. I could be wrong, but I don't think I ever have. I might have in Cloud Solo Necrosis, but I think that's it. Bum 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 bum. All right. So first question. How many fires are there? Oh god, there's 4. Oh no. Yeah, I could use Cure to attack, that wouldn't be a big deal, but I usually don't. I mean, I have Bolt 2, and I don't have... Or wait, I do have Cure 2. Cure 2 would do quite a bit. So I could do that. We'll see. I don't remember how much magic defense they have. I want to say this will do some damage. Oh yeah, not too bad. Now, I think Aqua... Doesn't Aqualung, like, actually deal no damage?
Oh my god, the bunny hill? The baby?
Oh my god, the bunny hill? Ow. I didn't even remember he had D-barrier. This is the stupidest move. His physical attacks hurt from behind. Guys, we just had this conversation. This is going surprisingly well so far. I was almost positive that was the case. Okay. Cloud's gonna heal himself someday. I put the order in like 10 years ago. I feel like I'm at Wendy's, waiting for my order. There we go. Wow, don't be a hero. I'm just gonna healing wind here. Need to cure Cloud here because he might cover again. I know this is probably supposed to be like Ace Aspill or something, but I like to think it's A-Spill. Like, I made a spill. Now I gotta clean it up. I made a spill. Don't hit Cloud. Remember like 20 minutes ago when I told Aerith to heal Cloud? There it is. Right on time. Wait. Oh, it's just so many turns. There's just so many enemies. You have to be thinking like 4 turns ahead. Because whatever you tell someone to do something, you're not seeing it for a while. That's the hardest thing about these pincers, is just that there's so many turns going on that you have to be thinking ahead. He has a HP drain that looks like that. He has an MP drain that's called A-Spill. He has a physical attack that actually does some pretty good damage. It can crit. And it does a lot of damage because Pincer. He has... That's it. And then the fires can either use Fire 2 on themselves to heal, Fire 2 on you to deal damage, or they can absorb into you and hurt you. He also has a move to revive the fires if you kill him. That's pretty much it. I think that's all he does. And if you had the Seraph Comb for this fight, it would be amazing. If Red 13 hit with a death blow, he'd like do half his health. Like 3 death blows with Red 13, he'd be dead. Maybe even 2. But too bad we get it after the fight. Don't do it! Oh. I wanted to at least get the free turn before he died. I don't appreciate you getting the game over sound effect. Wait, you can cheese this fight? Dude, how? You just call your dad to come in the room and fight it for you. I used to do it all the time. I feel like the fires are being really nice. They're kind of just sitting there healing themselves over and over. They're not really doing much. I hope this cure goes off. It should. Yeah, okay. Good. Yes.
I'm done.
You're done. What?
I'm done.
With what?
I beat it.
Oh.
I beat it! That's all.
Thanks. Thanks for the update. I'm glad you told me. Congrats.
Thanks.
619 damage. She, I think Aerith might die here. She, has been working on this Sims challenge forever. And, yep. And there's an update coming out Wednesday that basically, like, nullifies her challenge. So in order to continue doing her challenge, she would have to, like, not patch the game and, like, finish the challenge and then patch her game. So she was trying to finish it before the patch came out. So she's been, like, try-harding that challenge for the last couple weeks to try to finish it. It's called the 100 Baby Challenge. I don't know a lot about it, but because I don't really know much about Sims, but you,
Oh my god, the bunny hill for babies?
touche. Very fitting. You have to like have 100 babies with the same family, I guess. And this update that's coming out, is making babies work completely differently. I knew he had to be dead soon. Like, holy cow. I hit him with so many cross slashes at this point. We should be good, because our MP is still good. Yeah, like, this update that's coming out, it makes babies, like, not just an item, they're, like, actually full people that have, like, personality traits and everything, instead of, like, just being a baby until they get older. So it kind of makes the baby challenge, like, different, I guess. That's all I know. I don't know enough about The Sims, but that, from what she said, that's kind of what I gathered from it. From what she's told me. I feel like the fires just disappeared, like they're not even damaging us. They're just kind of gone. I don't feel like the fires worked the way they were supposed to in this fight. But regardless, them doing double physical damage to us still made this fight pretty tough. But we got through it. Yeah, I don't think the fires did what they were supposed to. They kind of just sat and healed themselves, and then whenever they absorbed into people, they didn't really ever do damage. So I think this fight's a bit broken. And Cloud doing big damage. Also, I think Red 13's technically back row now. Now that the other one's dead. Yeah, I think I need to change his row now. Or not. Not sure why I can't change row. Can you not? Maybe you just can't change row in pincer fights. I don't think I even tried because I thought it didn't do anything. Yeah, huh. So is Red 13 doing less damage, or is he just not very strong? I think he's just not very strong. I think the rows still don't do anything. Which is interesting. Congratulations, you stole my 4 MP. Hey! What? That was not coded into the game. That was out of spite. It was like, what do you mean only 4 HP? Or 4 MP? Yeah, no, that was the game being upset. What? Uh-oh. 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 There's a fire. The 2 fires are still alive. But they can't attack. Uh-oh. Let's hope killing them ends the fight. I think this is why they weren't dealing any damage. Because I think they were glitched. Alright, we're good. We're good. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. All is well. Beat you there. Oh. Nothing to see here. Yeah, I mean, Aerith was immune to fire, and Red 13 had a third reduction. But if the fires were actually doing what they were supposed to, it definitely would have been harder. Yeah, this whole part's going to be really cool in the remake because we didn't really get to see much of Red 13 in the first game. I mean, rightfully so. We only get him at the end, but we didn't even really get to see much of his like personality in part 1. He was kind of just, there are still children with the stigma. He was kind of just repeating things other people said. So it'll be cool to see more of him. Yeah, his interactions with Barrett are going to be great too. I love... So there's like a little bit of like a mini storyline with Barrett and Red 13, but it never really fleshes out too much. But if you remember, he's in the cell with Red 13 when they first meet him and they get captured. Barrett and Red 13 are in the cell together, and he's kind of like, yo, we need to save the planet, and Red 13's like, yeah, whatever, and he's like, man, you're boring. But then later, he realizes that Red 13 is part of the race that literally, like, kept the planet alive. Which you don't really learn a lot here. You learn a lot more in Before Crisis, but Red 13 is part of the race that does a ritual to, like, keep the planet healthy and happy. And so, like, he learns to respect Red 13 through that. And they have, like, a few conversations, but nothing, like, too crazy. But in the remake, they could definitely go further with that and have like Red 13 and Barrett be like best friends by the end of it. That would be pretty neat. And listening to Barrett and Kate Sith argue is going to be great too. Some of the best dialogue in the game is Barrett and Kate Sith's back and forth. Oh man, Red 13 gameplay too. How great is that going to be?